Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wall of Power TV. I'm your host, Paul Metsa. We have a couple of cool brothers from a terrific new band called the Carnegies on tonight. Royce and Roman Mars started the band in 2011. Last year at a Sherwin-Linton birthday show at the Caboose, I spotted them in the crowd. My producer, Andy Watson, noticed them as well and introduced them to me, and we told them when they have a record out, we'd love to have them on the show. They now do, and so here we are. We are going to hear some tracks off the new disc, No Signs of Warning, check out some video footage, and more. The record's dedicated to Taylor, and he had a very tragic end.
Yeah, yep, see, he did. So I would say 2016, the year that claimed every artist, practically, or something like that.
It was a terrible year.
Yeah, it was a terrible year. But, all of a sudden, he goes down to South Dakota, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it was South Dakota.
Yeah, he goes down there with his girlfriend, and all of a sudden, the worst news you receive on a phone,
Right.
Where
Taylor's got into like a rollover crash, so rolled over, and his girlfriend died
instantly.
Yeah,
and he died the next day at the hospital. They didn't think he was even going to make it. So yeah, it was
basically like losing a brother, because even our parents, basically our uncle, just felt like we just adopted him into our family stuff.
Yep.
And at that time too, we all grew our hair out like down to here or something, and we even looked very similar too. So it was it was definitely just a hard time to lose someone that close, and especially
we thought, like, how are we gonna ever pick up an instrument again?
Because we didn't want to go downstairs.
All his stuff's down there. His guitar's still sitting there. And you just go, whoa, I can't do this ever again. I'm done. So but then.
So what was the day that you said he'd want us to do that?
Yeah. Right. So
I think it was like 2 months after.
Surprisingly, pretty soon.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like it was in August that he died, and then it had to been like September or the next month.
Right.
We were just like, you know what? It's just kind of like time just tells you. You have to go back and play music,
Right.
Like, as much as terrible as it is, like, you can't just hold yourself from like, oh, I'm not going to touch it again.
Oh, yeah,
of
course.
And just wanted to get back down.
I think
there
Brandon, our drummer Brandon, he really deserves a big shout out right here too, because he wasn't in the band yet, because it was just the three, me, Roman, and Taylor. And Taylor passed away, and all of a sudden, Brandon invites us over to have a good day, to all hang out, kind of celebrate Taylor, and. All of a sudden, he does drums too. We never really, we always kind of thought, hey, when Taylor was alive and all that stuff, it'd be kind of cool to get him on drums one day, and I could go back on guitar, like, because I was always on the drums holding the spot down.
Right.
And so, we thought of that idea, but we never got to it. And so all of a sudden, Brandon invites us over, and he brings up the idea, hey, if you guys ever need a drummer, I could be your guy. And we thought, well, hey, cool, what a cool thing to hear, you know. I could go on guitar, since we knew Taylor's parts, and stuff like that, and then I'd finally do that, and so yeah, he was a huge help to getting us back on track here, So, and we're so happy to have Brandon in the band, and we even had one more member. His name was Will, and he was very fun to work with too. So he was in the band for a good 2 or 3 months or something.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
Honestly, like, all to him, I'm glad. He actually went off to California, only being in the band for a good 3 months, but he gave us a really good start as well to getting back on track with the band. And
it was so fun to work with him too, because he loved all the same stuff we did too. So he kind of even looked kind of like a Beach Boy too.
Yeah, he did.
He
reminded me of Brian Wilson.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And he just knew the right chords for the song, so he gave it his own little dressed the part, gave it its own flavor. Some of the songs, so it was really fun to have him in the band when he was wanted to be a part of it. But he wanted to go pursue other stuff.
And so he went down to California.
So he went to California.
So it was a little blow to the heart, like, dang,
just got someone
that was really like, almost as great as Taylor,
Right.
Finally,
I really connected with Will too. It was just really fun to have him in there. He was what was fun about Will was he was very Very sophisticated.
Yeah, he was very
sophisticated. I think he's about a year younger than us, and I was like, oh my God, I never.
He's smoking pipes. And
yeah, we're smoking our little pipes outside.
Cardigan.
Yeah. It was all real fancy, He looked like he came out of like the early '60s or something.
Right.
Yeah,
we're all
cool
kids.
I used to have everybody like that in high school.
Right, like the real fancy dressers.
Really cool guys.
Yeah, different time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and we're like, we got to get this kid in the band.
Yeah.
So,
It was really fun, So
yes.
We'll be back with more with the Carnegies on Wall of Power TV after this.
I just saw you at the corner market store. Who were you standing next to? No, I'd never seen them before. Who could you been a friend to? While I was on the floor, why would this only come to? Why was I ever born?
What can you do with so much space? The Solar Arts Building in Northeast Minneapolis. A masterpiece of exposed brick, wooden beams, hardwood floors, and natural light, this unique multi-use space is perfect for a variety of events. To literally top it off, there are over 100 solar panels on the roof, making the Solar Arts Building self-sustainable. You've got the need, we've got the space. The Solar Arts Building, 711 Northeast 15th Avenue in beautiful Northeast Minneapolis. Give them a call at 763-234-5069 or send a message to mike@solarartsbuilding.com.
Welcome back to Wall of Power TV. I'm your host, Paul Metsa. My guests tonight, the Carnegies. When did you start playing live then? Out.
Oh yes, that was I think the real time.
Crazy how foggy it gets already.
All right, yeah, when we first started playing
I would
again.
say we were.
I think it was summer of I think it was the summer of 15 or 14, I think.
Yeah,
we were playing like Grandapalooza, Art World shows a lot. We were just trying to get into that art district kind of show.
Get ourselves out there more.
Yeah. So I think we really started to rack up the shows then and stuff. And
I would say that is like the official start when we started playing shows. I think we did touch playing shows a little earlier than that too.
Yeah,
probably
I think so
like
too, yeah.
2013, and they were just complete shit shows.
So those beginning shows.
We're so nervous up there, like, it was just, they were just bad. I don't even count those, we were just, but still.
It's like, do you count this? Do you not count those?
Yeah, you shouldn't have been there, people. Don't go there. Shouldn't have been there. But, it was fun. So, but I think, 2015 is when Taylor and us were going. Just playing and
going for it.
Yeah.
Getting in with the music scene, a lot of bands that are playing with, like
learning all
the Electric Circus, and just kind of in the psychedelic rock scene in Minneapolis. We just became like a little kind of like a family with them and stuff. So they got shows, we were on the bill, or vice versa and stuff. And so we helped each other out a lot.
We were mainly on their bills because we didn't know how to do it
Basically, yes, exactly.
So and then Drifter Pyre and stuff and
Drift Pyre, Hawks and Haze.
Yeah, Hawks and Haze.
Stuff like that. So
do you have a CD release party in particular?
So kind of perfect naming of the title. What we did was since there's like no signs of warning, we kind of thought, hey, let's keep it really quiet. And so we kind of did, because the Carnegies, they don't have an album, right? And we did, what's going to change in the next day, right? So all of a sudden, we got a call from the people that were packaging our CD, and they said it's going to be done. And we had this show perfectly on that day for the 331 Club. And all of a sudden we thought, well, would it be kind of cool to do a show with BAM, instant, we changed the poster out and everything on Facebook and all these places we were putting it on. And we said, surprise, it's actually a pre-release, CD show. And so, it's kind of no signs of warning, all of a sudden this album is out and, kind of throws people off guard a bit.
Right, it just kind of worked out that way.
Almost Spinal Tap-ish.
Yeah, right. Yes, yep. And, I think we still have some official CD shows we could kind of make an official CD thing because
I'm even thinking about like we're gonna be playing Record Store Day at Roadrunner Records.
Yep.
I think it's June. I don't know, my bad.
April.
Yeah, April.
Say hi to John for me.
Yes, yes,
I
it
definitely will.
He was a huge help for us getting that
he's a
show.
good cat.
He
Right.
caught
Oh,
us
man.
at the 331 show we just did last, and I see this guy down there, and he's just rocking out. He's got his long hair.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I like that guy. He's really digging it. And then he comes over to us, and he's gives us this thing. Hey, do you want to do that? I could see if I could work it out with you guys. And
Cool.
next thing we know, they worked out. So yeah.
Now, you guys, from the little I've hung out with you, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I really dig the energy here. But your brothers, identical twins, and you're in a band.
That's right.
There's got to be times when you guys butt heads.
That's you know what? Yeah. So like I think like with Mick and Keith not being brothers, but they're like
Right.
you do have those slight little fun things where all of a
yeah.
sudden one day me and Roman were
Oh man.
we're having our argument and Brandon will have to go, all right guys,
Right.
bring it down a bit, and then
Right.
our cousin Danny, he's a huge help to our band too, but he will hear an argument. He'll go downstairs and he'll see me and Roman on the stairs,
with a symbol between us.
yeah,
Or something like that.
hit you over the head
Yeah.
with the symbol. And thank God, nothing. We'll never hurt each other.
Well,
but-
it's such a rock and roll tradition.
Yeah.
My. Fights between brothers. Phil and Don Everly.
That's right. Yeah, I'm Phil. You're the Don.
Yeah. Ray and Dave Davies of the Kinks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
it's been around since time.
Yes,
time
it has.
began.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And,
It's
I think mainly
thing.
as musicians, we see eye to eye so commonly too.
Right.
It just works perfectly. Here's the fights and here's like the
Right.
times we're working together, and it's.
Well, you need the tension, though.
Oh, that's right. True. Yeah. And there's
Right.
that slight fun.
unpredictableness of
Yeah.
and
it's
raw. Anything can happen. In a sense like
But
that.
you seem like you have a really good feel for appreciating each other's opinions.
That's
and
right. We're
Right.
artistic bent.
Usually, whatever he thinks for like what a song should do, I'm probably agreeing right with him
Right.
on
Yeah, we
something.
were on the same wavelength for that.
So
Yeah.
when you guys are setting up your set list for a particular show, you sit down together and write it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll kind of go, hey, Roman, do you think this sounds like a good idea? And he'll just go like, yeah, like, all right, cool. Or
So
maybe-
usually that's always the funnest part because we'll get so indecisive sometimes where it's just all these combinations of what you could do.
Oh, you
It's-
can overthink it,
overthink
Just-
it.
yeah,
You
oh,
almost
man.
need a third party person in there to
Right.
kind of set things straight. Like, okay, guys, I think your song should be here, this, and we'll refer to that
We're
sometimes.
just like,
too.
Brandon, like, what do you think?
Brandon
Like,
or Jacob,
yeah.
you guys figure out what is a good order,
Yeah.
Right, and then once you get there and you read the crowd, you go, this set list makes absolutely no sense.
Right? That's kind of usually what happens when we get up on
let's
stage.
just do it off the top of our heads.
Yeah, but
Right.
we don't even know why. We did this. We'll just change it up now completely.
Yeah.
You wanna do parking lot song?
Yeah,
You want to do that
we'll-
one? Sure, we'll do parking lot song.
We're just up there and we don't even look at the list we made. We wasted our
Right,
own
we don't
time.
even refer to it sometimes.
and
We'll just go right into it.
Yeah, true. And I almost forgot one very important person for speaking about helping us with the band too would be Owen Hyberd.
Owen
too,
Hyberd, yeah.
'cause,
Okay.
that's where
Phenomenal.
because eventually the Will did leave and down to California, and all of a sudden we're like, crud, we need somebody else now.
Right.
And, all of a
So many
sudden,
changes within a short amount of time.
Yeah,
like-
you're kind of
Just
getting.
when you thought things were coming together.
That's right, yeah,
right,
and you're
exactly.
getting exhausted, reteaching somebody else the set list
Right.
and stuff, and you're, please, just someone don't leave, but
Right.
all two people who do, but and then our Uncle Bob, he's technically like we have a couple
Couple managers.
managers for our
Yeah.
band that help us out so much, and Bobby's one of them, Uncle Bob, and all of a sudden he sees this kid at Shaw's playing, so and he's like, hey, I know Will left. I found another kid that kind of looks like you guys and stuff. Like, he looks like he could do the thing. He looks cool. And all of a sudden we're like, all right, well, give him our card and stuff, and let's just see what comes of it. So Bobby does, and all of a sudden we get confirmation that that's kind of working out, and then I see a footage of this kid who he finally is, and I learn who this kid is, and I go, I've seen him before. It's that kid, and this kid, he could play crazy. Like, he's Hendrix.
Basically,
as
yeah.
a little, the Home Alone kid. That's literally who he is.
Calky.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like him. And
brothers.
he's up on stage, and we wanted to, after watching him at the Caboose, and when he's at
Right.
the Hendrix tribute, we were like, I want to put my guitar down and never pick it up again because this kid is just
Right.
insane, And so as I'm finding out he's going to be in our band, I'm like, oh, I think we're a little underqualified. He's a little overqualified. I wonder if he's going to
Right.
think we're complete garbage. So he comes over and it clicked really well. And, Owen's a huge help.
Yeah, he just kind of seems like a little brother to us.
He's a little brother.
Too. You just get that. And that's what we always wanted in our band was people who
they
you could
like
trust and you could really just connect to them as like brothers.
Hang out with them like friends.
Yeah, because we're brothers. We want other brother interaction with other members. We didn't want some person who's a stranger who just kind of comes in
comes and goes.
You don't even know the person.
Session kid.
Right. I would just feel it. It's so weird feeling. So we've always been.
He's just a little fun, funny kid.
Right.
We'll be back with more with the Carnegies on Wall of Power TV after this.
Parking alone on 2nd Street in Central Park. Spend my time and walk my blues while I rocks my love and I rocks my shoes. Alright. Been to spend some time on the railroad track, and I lost my mind when I came back. Found lots of mail to my despair, so I walked outside to get some mail. Alright. Well, I found love. I found love. I found it in a busted car. I found it in a broken jar. I can't live and I can't die. Still 2 reasons to wonder why.
I want you to meet Two Gingers Irish Whiskey. I'm Kieran and I'm Irish, so I tend to like a challenge. Why not? I wanted a whiskey to help find me out what's out there. Like what's really out there. And I found the oldest distillery in Ireland with a water wheel and awards for its small family of whiskies in the middle of Ireland. As I've always seen it, you can't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket. So try it. The investment is small and the flavor is big. It's perfect for drinking neat. Its character holds up, like the Irish, when the bastards try to get you down. Two Gingers Irish Whiskey. Distilled twice for more character, time for more flavor, and less of the old burn. No lite bastardes carborundum. Don't let the bastards get you down.
This program is brought to you in part by Iron Range Resources and Rehabilitation.
Welcome back to Wall of Power TV. I'm your host, Paul Metsa. My guests tonight, the Carnegies.
Right,
well, the cool thing about you guys, I mean, when I saw you at the Caboose at that Chuck Berry tribute, and Andy saw you, I looked at you and go, those guys are in a band, right? You had such a great look, like you see you guys got a great sartorial taste, which is something... well, bands have been dressed alike since, the 1920s.
Right.
Big bands and jazz bands. But you guys really have that 60s vibe going on.
Thank you. Yeah, we just love that clothing,
Right.
And the music was what got us interested, first of all. But then when you look at these guys who made that music, you go, holy crud, these guys look amazing. And I just kind of go, how come this is not a current look common today for people?
Even if I wasn't like a musician, I'd want to just dress that way because there's, clothing is just, I feel like what's out today, what is style. I think it's just kind of boring. There's no.
Well, there's a lot of truckers' hats,
flip flops and stuff.
And that's kind of what a lot of like current bands today do too as well. They just kind of look like they're up on stage casually, up on stage.
Yeah.
And
I just got off my day job.
I'm just going to be comfortable today, just like as I'm at the house, just play my song and wear my flip flops. And it's just kind of like present yourself.
Well, and you look at, and let's talk a little bit about him, but. You look at a guy that's always had his look together, even when he was a folk singer, as Bob Dylan.
Oh yes, definitely. Oh, he was.
And then once he started, by '63, especially in '64 when he was doing Newport, with the Ray-Bans and the black leather jacket and the boots, and the Beatles boots, of course, the Strat.
Yeah.
But and then, man, you go see him today, and he's like the. his band looks like a bunch of bandoleros or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, all their matching suits.
Yeah,
and
so cool.
Piano
it's like a kind of like a whole band of like cowboys down there. Or something.
Cowboy
like,
band.
Yeah,
Bunch of
love his
outlaws.
boots. I always we saw Bob Dylan twice, and I was so happy for our young age just seeing him twice.
Yes.
That's already amazing. But I always like zone in at his boots, what he's wearing. And I think the last time we saw him, he was wearing like these rattlesnake white boots or something. And my God, just every time I love Bob Dylan's get up the entire time. And I even try to dress a little bit like 1965.
Yeah, blonde on blonde.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have this. I have this picture posted in my room of Bob Dylan, 1965, and he's sitting exactly cross-legged like that, kind of like hunched over with the glasses, and I'm like,
bro.
That aura, or just what about him is just an artist. I see an artist about him,
That's
so
right.
I just love him. But you're right.
I don't think they come cooler than Bob Dylan.
I know.
And Keith Richards and all that.
To be from Minnesota, from where he is, it's so cool to be here.
There's a great story that I heard about. You can Google it. What I think is Bob Dylan's greatest performance, vocal performance, with arguably his greatest song, Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. Oh, yeah. He did with about a 35-piece band in Japan in 1994.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
have you seen that?
I think I
Jim
have.
Keltner's on the drums.
Yeah.
And
that was the Budokan one? I think
it wasn't Budokan. It was like Osaka or something.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's amazing.
Okay, yeah.
He does all the verses of Hard Rain's Gonna Fall with this beautiful orchestra behind him, and he's got this vibrato.
Yes.
And I think it's his best vocal performance of all time. But anyway.
Yes, I know which one that is.
Yeah.
Yes, yep.
So I heard the story after I saw a tape of that show back in the 90s, mid to late 90s, whenever I saw it. And somebody said Bob Dylan's mother, Beattie, saw it, and she saw the whole thing. And perfect mother, and I'm sure your mother can relate to this. She said, that was so beautiful. He had on a new sport coat.
She knows.
Oh, that's funny.
I know exactly what that one is. I think it's Ring Them Bells. I think
it's Ring Them Bells and Hard Rain's Gonna Fall.
Yes,
Then there's the group with, I think there was Bon Jovi and Joni Mitchell, and they did I Shall Be Released.
Oh my God.
And they had those, that was a great performance.
Well, we're going to put your upcoming shows on the screen.
That's right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you don't even have to read them off.
The magical list, I don't need it. Memory.
But I want to tell you, after meeting you, seeing you first, meeting you at High Five Records and Sound a couple weeks ago.
Seeing you again, yeah.
Schlepping your CD around, God, I know that feeling. And the key is just give the record stores a hand. Don't give them a full box.
That's
give them
right.
like 4 or 5.
Yep.
Because then they'll call you back and they got to give you the money. If you got to wait for 40 or 60 or whatever to sell out, it might be a while to get that check.
That's right.
And after hearing the record and getting to know you two, I really think you've got something that's really incredible.
Well,
and really terrific and really important, and it's really positive, and it's driving, and America needs to hear this music, and a young gentleman like you rock it out like that. I mean, I just think it's really beautiful stuff.
Well, that is really cool to hear.
We
know we're doing something right. So if people that appreciate the same music that we just turned us into these people who we are, and then we all have this love for music, and then coming from you, that's really cool to hear. We know we're doing something right, something's good. We're on the right path,
Yeah.
And so that's
right.
Yeah, that's a big honor.
You know what? You guys are in it for the right reasons.
Well, yeah, thank you. Right, it's
thank you so much.
There's nothing else I think we would want to ever do. It's like
right.
art and music. That's that's all I can see myself doing in the future.
Right.
So yeah,
definitely just honored, to finally have an album out, and then to get the attention that I always wanted it to get out there and make other people happy and stuff like that. I feel like we did our part then.
That's right.
I'm really
this is like
honored.
our first time being on something like this.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool, and this is a milestone today for this kind of interview. So that's really cool.
Well, it's my honor to present you guys.
Thanks.
I mean, it's everybody out there in the Wall of Power TV land, you got to get No Signs of Warning by my friends the Carnegies, and I can't wait to see you guys live. When's the next time are you in Northeast where we tape the show at Metro Cable Channel 6?
Let's see, the next time, I would say for the next gig or so.
Yeah.
We'll be at the 331 Club.
Yes.
It's gonna be, there'll be an Art of Well gig that's gonna land on,
I think it's May 18th,
Okay.
or May 17th, one of those days.
I think it's the 18th.
Yeah.
But, we could be wrong, but check on Facebook, people, and we'll see our dates, but I think it's 18th.
Yeah.
And then we'll be on the outdoor stage for that one. So, and then we will be playing on June, I think it's 16th, with Jason Medeiros and Trash Street, and they're having us again back at the 331 Club, and we love those guys. So very fun.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jason helped us out so much.
Yeah, he's
too,
a huge shout out to Jason Medeiros.
And it's so cool to watch him play. But yeah, we also will be playing with the Belfast Cowboys too.
Cool.
That's going to be Lee's Liquor Lounge.
That.
I think that might be the March 17th one. I think that's probably March 17th.
Terry Walsh does a great job with
May 17th.
Yeah, I'm the date guy here.
See, we're the artist guys. We're not good with numbers or dates.
Right. Don't listen.
Well, just, man, keep it up. Don't fall into those traps that you know are out there.
That's right. That's right.
It can be fun for a while, but it'll hang you up. And tell Uncle Chris Mars I'd love to have him on Wall of Power TV.
We'll
Would
do
you
that.
do that?
We will do that for you,
We'll
Paul.
definitely do that for you.
Yeah.
I am going to come and see you guys at the 331 and hopefully several other times over the summer. But I want to wish Roman and Royce Mars the best of luck. Go out, get their new record by the Carnegies. Keep rocking.
Hey, thank you so much.
All right, man.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Yeah, it's
honored.
Very cool.
Me too.
Hi, I'm Royce Mars.
And I am Roman Mars.
We are two of the Carnegies. We are upcoming band playing around the city.
And you can catch us on Paul Metsa's Wall of Power. Shoot. It's harder than it. Get into the
We had a good conversation, you know. Hi, I'm Royce Mars.
And I am Roman Mars.
We are two of the Carnegies. We have a new album. Here we go. We're starting again. Hi, I'm Royce Mars.
And I am Roman Mars.
We are two of the Carnegies. We have our new album, No Signs of Warning. We are going to be playing around town.
That was mine.
That's true, it was.
We'll be playing around in the summertime around 331 Club a lot. And you can catch us this weekend on Paul Metsa's Wall of Power.
Uncle. A bunch more stuff on the interview as well. So we're very excited for you to see it.
Solving world peace, hippy-dippy stuff.
That's right.
Love.
Flower power.
And we'll save you a seat. We finally got it.
Oh my God. See, I wasn't kidding. I'm going to be horrible at this. Oh. I dreaded that part.
You can see how our rehearsals at band is pretty much.
God.
Stay tuned. Next week, Wall of Power TV. We'll have some more great guests coming up for you. This is your host, Paul Metsa, saying thanks for watching. Stick around next week. We'll save you a seat.